Here's something interesting. Arc V has officially done something that Zale never could, and we haven't seen in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise since 5Ds. It actually got its subtitles up on time. Cue title scene. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V premiered yesterday morning with its first episode. It was not subtitled on Sunday, but it was subtitled this morning. So I was able to watch it again, come at it knowing what was going to happen, come at it with more of an objective view, and also being able to understand things was nice. Also, before we go any further, I want to make this clear. This is going to be a spoiler-heavy review. So if you haven't seen Arc V Episode 1 yet, go do that and come back here. Got it? But without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with action duels. Cool? Don't get me wrong, it looks exciting, and I think it's going to be real interesting what you do with them, but I don't know, I just didn't ask for this. I wasn't sure what to expect with action duels, but it looks kind of interesting. It's interesting that they have to look out and search for the different magic cards, but it sounds like then it's going to become real easy to just make it every time they're in a tough situation, they just happen to find, like, the one that negates attacks or halves damage. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but this was my initial reaction to it. And also I'm not really sold yet on the holograms are now solid vision or whatever they called it. I don't know why, it's one of those things where for me personally it doesn't quite work. Having said that though, I can't help but wonder now if since the Summon Blade on the Duel Disk is a pure hologram that can somehow support cards and they can sit on the holograms, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Might be attempting, think about this for a minute. Let me just pose this question. What if Yu-Gi-Oh! Is planning a Terminator sort of thing? Well, remember how in 5Ds the apocalypse happened, and right before the apocalypse started, they had, it was like that, where the Summon Blade on people's future dual discs actually was just a hologram, like it is here. A bit more advanced, but still. What if they're planning on making it that after Arc V, the apocalypse that came with all the mech lords and stuff still happens, just differently because of the influence of Yusei and all of them, and it winds up being that the next Yu-Gi-Oh! After this is like post-apocalypse or something. Just an idea to pose, but that's down the road. As for right now, Yuya seems interesting. I'm really glad they didn't, if anyone remembers, I did a thing where I was worried he'd be like the Peter Parker archetype. Just the loner nerd who, because of all this insanity now starting, he now all of a sudden becomes super cool, super smart, all that stuff. I'm glad it looks like there's more of a character there. Granted, I did sort of feel like something was missing. I didn't feel like the actor really got a chance to give Yuya anything for the first episode, which is understandable. I was actually shocked how much they put into this episode, and it still felt like it went really fast. I mean, when the episode ended, I was like, that's it? And then I realized it was the full length. I thought that was amazing that they were able to include so much. I liked the scene we saw, even though it was in the trailer, I liked the scene with Yuya and his dad in the flashback. I like the idea that Yuya, yeah, he's a jokester, and, he's a clown, he even dresses up like a clown. As much as all that is part of who he is, there is this serious side to him. There is that depth to him, and I hope, and I say I hope, I'm 99% certain it will, but, I always got to keep that little worry that it might not happen. I'm almost certain that it will be, developed, and that will go further. And again, this suffered, I feel, a bit from, beginning syndrome. It had to put a lot in the first episode, and, again, it was still a great episode. I'm just saying that's something worth noting, that Yuya's personality didn't really get shown as a real cohesive way. Not to say it won't even in the next episode. I'm just saying that was the little thing that was missing. But hey, I can't ignore the fact that I thought the duel was fun, if not a little cheap at times. The characters all seem to work nice. Yuya and Yugioh have nice synergy from what we saw. So definitely a good first episode. I'm really excited. I don't care for opening and ending them much, but I like these. And I'll keep watching, and I know this will get better because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is a franchise that always produces good content, stumbles a little, but always does good, and this looks like that will continue this tradition. I'm not going to give this a rating just because I've kind of decided not to give ratings to first episodes of shows anymore, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I will say that I enjoyed this, and I can't wait for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc-V. And what do you think? Give me your thoughts on the first episode in the comments section below. What's your favorite part? Do you have any predictions where this series will go? And as always, click to like and click to subscribe because it's the dawn of a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Era, and I like it.